I want to talk about relays for a second because in the theme of this positivity, relays probably have a lot of different pressures. If one of your teammates has a bad leg of theirs and or maybe you did, talk about that pressure because it's different if you're just swimming yourself. You kind of know it's about you, but if it's a relay team, it's much different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's this cool balance where there is more pressure, but there's also more comfort because you get this synergy, this strength of the four of you together. So it's this cool combination that where your sum is greater than the four parts, this synergy. And I just love it. And pretty much everybody goes faster on the relays because of that combination, that synergy. And so, yeah, they're depending on me and I'm depending on them, but we all come together. At that particular Olympics, I was a leadoff guy. So it was my job to get a nice lead. And the job of the next three guys is not to mess it up. But we all came together and had our lifetime best splits. And of course, thankfully, we won the gold medal. But it's more fun to share that with others. And it's what's interesting, Michael Phelps has 23 gold medals. My teammate Michael Phelps has 23 gold medals, and he gets most excited about his relay medals. And you can see it on the highlights, on the videos, how pumped he is to share those moments with his teammates. Yes, the pressure's higher, but the joy of sharing it is even better.
I want you to think back a little bit to when you were a kid, and I'm going to talk about, and you coach now, and we'll get into that also in a second, but I want to talk about the pressures a kid has relative to swimming, okay? So the first pressure would be this pressure to have a PR every time they go out and swim or in a meet. Talk a little bit about why that's not necessarily the best way to go.
Well, we start out in sport because it's fun. That's the key word, fun. Just like when you're kids at the schoolyard and you say, hey, I'll race you to the pole and back. And you didn't care who won. You just wanted to just do it. And so we get into sport with this sense of joy and excitement and anticipation. And then some of us start getting pretty good and the pressure gets on and the expectations build on. And you get this identity that this sport is your identity. And so you got to perform for all these people and you don't want to disappoint anybody. And you start to lose the joy. You lose the joy that brought you into the sport and you feel like you got to win all the time or do this PR all the time. And that's not the healthy trajectory of a long, healthy career. A long, healthy career is like this. You're going up and down all the time. No one has a linear, shot right to the gold medal. In fact, most of the most successful people, they got huge valleys, huge learning points along their journey. So all the best have the valleys, and that's where they learn the most and get the strongest. So be encouraged, anybody out there, if you got some downs with the ups, it's totally normal.